Hey everybody, welcome to the Book Bar. I'm Justin. With me as always is my brother Tyler. It's Star Wars trivia time, Rogue One. But first, Tyler, how are you feeling tonight?
Well, I'm feeling great because I'm not in the hot seat tonight. That would be you, Justin. And on tap tonight, of course, it is Rogue One. It is Rogue One, one of my favorite movies. So excited. But man, you can't be too excited because you know I am going to be bringing some extremely difficult questions tonight. So I hope you're prepared, my friend.
Well, I'm somewhat prepared. Rogue One is probably my favorite Star Wars movie made by Disney. I just absolutely love this movie. Really, really like it. But it was a busy week for me, busy weekend for us. Tyler and I were in Chicago with our significant others. Chicago. Thin crust pizza? No, thank you. We're from Chicago. We're not literally from Chicago. We're from West Michigan. But we're basically the same thing. We're just like Chicagoans. Is that how you say it? Chicagoans?
I think we fit right in. I think there was no problem there. We were out there, we're elbowing people, we're swearing at people, honking our horns, even while we were parked. So I feel like we just fit right in, and we had a blast. It was fun. But you notice that Justin, the excuses are already rolling for him.
Yeah, so I've been very busy. I was busy earlier this week too. Busy this weekend, but we had a lot of fun in Chicago. We played bocce ball for the first time at a bar called, was it Pinstripes? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was like
I think it was called
Pinstripes. They had bowling and bocce ball. And we got our bocce on, and man,
we got our bocce on, and we had a freaking blast. We were drinking beers, eating apps, playing bocce ball in Chicago. We also went to a baseball game at Wrigley Field. Even though we are from West Michigan, we're Tigers fans, obviously. The Cubs are our adopted National League team. And we didn't catch a game last time we were in Chicago because the Cubs were out of town, but they were in town this time. So we literally got there, bought tickets, and went to an afternoon game, watched them pummel the Diamondbacks. Oh, yeah. That was a lot of fun. But Tyler, I mean, not to go on too much of a tangent about Chicago, but like Chicago. But Wrigley Field to me was not super impressive. I guess I don't know what you think, but like the nostalgia of it, really cool.
Say, it's about the history, the nostalgia.
And the history. Sure, but I mean, Comerica Park is a way cooler park than Wrigley Field is. Hot take.
I mean, if you're talking about things to do and all that, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Comerica, there's all kinds of stuff to do, and there's like amusement park rides and, fast pitch and, batting cages and all that. You don't get any of that at Wrigley, but it's because, again, the thing was built in, what did we see, 1904, was it?
1917, I think.
1917.
Frederick will double check that next week, but I think Fenway was built in 1914, and I think Wrigley in 1917.
Yeah, because Fenway was 2 years sooner, and then it was Wrigley. And so it's like, the history and the nostalgia of it, that's all great. But as far as like comparing it to a modern park, well, the modern parks have a lot more stuff to do. But why are we on a tangent talking about baseball stadiums?
I don't know. Because it's Star Wars time. Everybody who likes Star Wars who has jumped onto this has already long left. If they're new, they're like, these guys don't talk Star Wars. Who cares about Chicago?
Tune in next week where we talk football.
Well, What's on Tap has a double meaning, though, because we don't just talk about what we're doing tonight. We always talk about what we're drinking. So, Tyler, why don't you start? What's on tap for you tonight?
It's a summer shandy today. Justin, have you ever had one of these? Have you ever tried one of these summer shandies?
I've had a few dozen times, yes.
Okay, you've tried a few dozen because, it's like beer, but it's got like that lemonade flavor. Okay, you've tried one. Okay.
I've heard of it.
These are good.
Yep. Leinenkugel, right, from Wisconsin. Is it
Wisconsin?
Is it Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin? I think that's what it is.
It looks like it's from 12 ounces.
Oh, 12 ounces. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Tyler. He's an excellent reader. Yeah. Yes. And he knows how to take things in context, so he totally gets that.
Yes.
Now, if we post this clip to TikTok, somebody will be like, that's not where it's from, dumbass.
That was the amount of fluid in the bottle.
That was the amount of fluid in the bottle.
Like, wow,
okay.
Do you work for a bottle company, dude?
Do you work for a bottle company? Oh, are you the bottle lettering police? That was terrible. I could have done better. I'm not sharp. Been too busy.
Hey, we'll get there. It's because we need to keep drinking. So what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking a Sheboygan Brewing Blood Orange Honey. As we said before, made with real blood.
Yes.
So you know it's good. Yeah. Very,
Absolutely
very
delicious.
good. Sheboygan Brewing in Sheboygan, Michigan. Good beer. One of my favorites. It's kind of like an orange wheat honey type ale. Very good. Very delicious. And I have on deck, as always, one of my favorites from Saga Tuck, the blueberry lemonade shandy.
Absolutely delicious.
Another absolutely fantastic beer.
Couple of crisp, good choices.
Crisp indeed. Crisp, delicious, refreshing, thirst quenching.
Yes.
What else do you got?
Ominous. Precocious.
Precocious. Yeah.
Perfunctory.
Perfunctory.
Choices.
It's a real perfunctory beer. Well, moving right along. That was very smooth. Things are going well already. Up next is Frederick's Fact Check. For those of you that may be new here, we have a fact checker, the best in the business. His name is Frederick, and he goes over our previous week's streams for any false or misleading information, any inaccuracies, because unlike so many other people in today's world, if Tyler and I make a mistake on a trivia question, on something we said during the stream, we like to make things right. Frederick puts together a report. He sends it over. Tyler summarizes it, and he reads that on stream. Tyler, what did Frederick have to say about last week?
Well, first up, Frederick says to Justin, okay, this is to you right off the bat here. Okay. It says, it is not a fact that Tyler is, quote, diabolically less handsome than you. And
wow.
Yeah, and I thank you, Frederick. That is true. And you know what? This is a testament to how mean you were to me last week. You could have been one of those mean girls from that movie about mean girls called...
The Butterfly Effect?
I think something like that. The name escapes me. But you were really mean to me last week. So thank you, Frederick, for correcting that statement. Next up, Frederick says here, Tyler did not call up J.J. Abrams and try to advise him to plan a more satisfying and sensible ending to Lost.
You didn't actually talk to J.J. Abrams about Lost?
No. So, you know what happened, though? I have JJ in my phone. It turns out that was just an abbreviation for Jimmy John's. And that makes sense in hindsight because, I always thought it was weird that every time I called up JJ, he'd just get really annoyed with me and kept asking me what sandwich I wanted. And then, he would like send me a sandwich I thought as like a thank you for giving him good advice. And it was always like, it always got to my house like freaky fast. But I assumed that was just because of his money and clout, and that he was just doing me a favor.
He's powerful. He's very powerful.
Yeah. Turns out I was just calling a Jimmy John's, but I think that's an honest mistake that anyone could make. Next up here, Frederick says, he says, Tyler never tried to kiss Billy D. Williams at a Comic-Con. Well, I mean, that's true, but there's still time. So
that's right.
Be on the lookout.
Comic-Con's coming up soon. Maybe Billy D will be there, and if so, maybe you'll get that kiss. I don't know.
I'm going to steal that kiss. We'll see.
Maybe you're going to steal that kiss.
Finally, Frederick says, Justin submitted this last one for review. Oh, okay. So you asked Frederick to look into this one on stream.
Okay.
He said, so last week, Tyler alleged that Justin gave away the answer to one of the questions, the answer being Babu Frick. After the allegation was corroborated by the chat, Justin proceeded to call everyone liars. So Frederick says here that he says, okay, to Justin, after a detailed and thorough review, you totally gave the answer away, dummy. So there it is. There's a Frederick fact check.
Oh, thank you, Frederick. Thank you so much. He's just the best. I love him.
He's 6-time national fact-checking champion, Frederick. So thank you, buddy.
He proceeded to call everyone in the chat liars. Yeah.
That's you. That's what you did.
Oh, well. Okay. Anyways, that's a Frederick fact check from Frederick. Thank you so much. And thank you, Tyler, for reporting on all of that wonderful information. As we always say, we like to get things right for you, the viewer. With that, now it's trivia time. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. At least, I think Tyler and I agree that this is the best Disney Star Wars film. Would you call this the best Disney Star Wars film?
I would have to concur. Just a great overall solid film. Some wonderful acting from, like director Krennic. I thought he just did an awesome job. Has one of the most epic scenes in all of Star Wars, right? The
scene that we will fight anyone to the death about. Anyone who thinks that scene is stupid or doesn't make any sense. Nope. Yep. We will debate it all night long with them.
Yeah, absolutely. We will. We will not let up on that. Just absolutely amazing scene. So yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorites. Templar, I'll jag you around Central Main. Hey, let's do it. You know what? We need to have a meet and greet, get together, have some beers, talk some Star Wars. Just do it up, man.
It's funny too. Like I always wish sometimes, we meet people on the stream and we kind of are starting to build this little community. And I like that it's little for now. Obviously, we were trying to grow, but I like that it's little. And I really do wish like we were just all closer. You know what I mean? Like I really wish it were easy for us to just, we could each drive a couple hours and go to a con or go to an event and like hang out and have beers one night. It's just tough when, we're in Michigan, Templar's in Maine. I don't know what planet or country Ray lives in.
What planet?
Like we see Unboxing Treasures here. Unboxing Treasures, I think you're in Florida, right? I think he lives in Florida. So it's like, people are Pop Sis in Texas. Everybody's all over the country. And so it's just like, man, it would be tough. But one of these days, there'll be a big enough con where everybody will go to it, or Star Wars Celebration will be somewhere centrally located that we can all go, we'll all meet up, and we'll all have beers and hang out. Maybe we'll even film a live show. Who knows?
There we go. You know what's going to happen is this channel is going to get so big, we'll just fly our private jet to all of these different spots around the country.
Pick up all the original BookBarBros.
Pick up all the original BookBarBros, get them all on a plane, and we'll just fly around the country. That sounds like a lot of fun, and I think that's inevitable. There it is.
Just give us 10 or 15 years to get the channel here, and then boom. Then pow, we're there.
All right. Well, shall we introduce the rules of the game, Justin?
Yes, I think we should. And let me just get the slide up, because here's how Book Bar Trivia works. Tyler, you tell everyone how it works, because that's your job as always.
Book Bar Trivia consists of 4 rounds. The first round is the Youngling Level. This level consists of 5 questions with 2 points apiece. These are questions where a Star Wars fan that watched the movie recently should have a very good shot at getting these questions correct. Second round is the Padawan Level. These are 5 questions in this round worth 3 points apiece, and these questions are much more difficult and require great attention to detail, as any information that can be gleaned from the movie itself can be used as a question. This means even something said only once or in a passing breath is fair game. Very hard round. And then it gets even harder, because we go into the third round, which is the Jedi Knight Level. These are 5 questions worth 6 points apiece. And these questions are not for the faint of heart, as anything considered canon for the movie is fair game. This means supplemental reading is absolutely required for success in this round. The fourth and final round is the Jedi Master Level. 11 points are up for grabs in this round, which will consist of multi-part questions to see how deep your Star Wars knowledge goes. Only the most diehard of fans will have a chance in this round. And if Justin gets every question correct at every level, he will score a perfect 66, and then I will have to perform a humiliation of his choosing. And that's Book Bar Trivia. But as always, don't forget, we encourage the chat to participate. They can give right answers, wrong answers, misleading answers, funny answers, absurd answers, and we can always go to the chat for help. We just have to sift through all of the nonsense to do it. And with that, Justin, it's time.
It is time, but before, here's a little treat for everyone. For those of you that remember, that right there is our good friend, Obi-Wan Baloney.
That is Obi-Wan Baloney, indeed. No context needed.
No context needed. Those of you that are familiar with the channel will get it. Obi-Wan Baloney. Okay. All right. We can go. Let's just start.
You see this too. Raised from the sky.
That makes perfect sense.
So that's where he's from. So, Okay. There it is.
That makes
all right, Just. Are you ready? We're starting in the Youngling Level.
Youngling Level. Okay, I should be able to get these ones.
Okay, here we go. Question numero uno. Showing off his punny side, Darth Vader warns Director Krennic not to choke on these while he's forced choking him.
Okay, wow, good Youngling first question. Wow. This could be a Padawan question.
Wow, nothing way too memorable of a scene. Like we even said at the start of this round, this is where you're a fan of the movie, you watched it recently, you should have a very good shot at getting these questions correct.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the truth. The only thing is before we do these, the one thing that I think we both really like to do is get one really focused, in-depth watch in, right? where we are taking notes and get everything done. This is the first week in a long time that I have not been able to do that. I did not have time to get that last really like close watch-in, like you said. So this is something that could sneak by, but this is a famous line that we quote all the time, of course. So
yeah. So
I will get at least 2 points this round.
Yeah, this
entire night.
This could be a tough round. If you didn't get that in-depth watch-in, the minute we jump to the Padawan level, it gets hard, man. It gets very hard. So yeah. So what do we think, Just? Do you remember what did he tell him to choke on? Maybe it was D's something.
Is that it? Unboxing treasures? Is there more information that we're in? Is there a second comment coming?
Another word he was trying to grope at.
I think he was trying to say Pez, and he must have hit D instead of P, and then he double hit the E. So he was probably saying
he double
Pez.
Hit it. Nuts.
Yeah.
He double hit the buttons.
Nuts.
Nuts.
All right.
When that happens.
He did tell Director Krennic not to choke on his aspirations.
Aspirations is absolutely the correct answer, Justin. You are 1 for 1. You have 2 points on the board. Moving on to question number 2. According to Chirrut Imwe, the strongest stars have hearts of this type of crystal.
Yes, of course. It's diamond crystal.
Diamond crystal is the incorrect answer, Justin. You have already missed a question. And that's only question number 2 in the Youngling Level. That's just absurd.
No.
My goodness.
All right, I retract my answer so that I may try and answer it again.
What? When do we each get a retraction? I don't remember ever talking about that.
We always get retractions. Aspartame.
Right. Yeah, be careful not to choke on your aspartame. All right, so
unboxing treasure. I assume brilliant in this context means what? Witty, charming. We'll take it.
Above.
We'll just put in any adjective that we want.
All right. Do we have an answer from Justin?
We do, but before I'm just going to keep it that thought. You know, the one thing that Tyler and I, when we started this channel, and we were like, let's focus on Star Wars heavily. We may open it up someday to more things. It'll be nerdy stuff, Marvel stuff. But for now, it's just Star Wars. As we said, not enough people have fun talking Star Wars. Isn't that like the number one thing we said? We're like, no one ever said, like, you can watch Star Wars Explained because he has great in-depth lore videos and things. Yeah. They just don't have a lot of fun. You can watch a lot of other, trivia videos. Now, Mark Ellis has fun. He's like the comic relief in between the schmodowns. But it's like, Star Wars Theory. Great guy, knows a ton about Star Wars.
Unquestionable.
Doesn't really ever have a lot of fun. He might smile occasionally, but it's just like, we're like, where's the fun? Where's the fun in Star Wars?
I saw him smile once, 1993. It was a warm August night. And I saw Star Wars Theory smile. It was incredible, though. I mean,
wow,
just
what
beautiful.
A moment! What a moment
Lit up
that must
the
have been.
room, no doubt about it.
Okay.
All right, so Justin, what do the strongest stars have hearts of?
They have hearts of Kyber, Tyler. What is Kyber?
Is the correct answer, Justin. You are 2 for 2. Moving on to question number 3. Here we go.
Trace for our Spanish-speaking watchers.
Right, a huge portion of our audience.
Yeah, we do have a big Spanish-speaking population.
We will probably work on getting a Spanish translator on these,
or
as well as a sign language translator up in the top right corner of your screen. Yes. We're going to get one of those going forward. So look up for that.
Yes, and it's not going to. It's just going to be like random hands just sticking out from above one of our heads.
That's exactly.
I know you can't see my hands right now, but that's what it's going to be.
Right. All right, here we go, Jess. Question number 3.
Okay. We can move on. Okay.
This droid offers support to Jyn as she and others launch one of the rebellion's biggest and most critical missions, but he only did it because Cassian said he had to.
What did I do? Did I just do the wrong one? Oh, I did.
You did. We are in question number 3.
I hit the wrong question. I was like, wait, am I reading the wrong one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you recall, you said trace, that is Spanish for
and then I hit the wrong number.
And then you hit the wrong number.
All right, well, I think I have an idea of what the next question's going to be. So, launch. Okay, so I didn't quite hear the rebellion's biggest critic. Okay. So, one of our favorite droids, if not our favorite droid in Star Wars. Now, obviously, everyone is going to say C-3PO. Maybe not everyone. 90% or whatever amount of people are going to say R2-D2. Now, of course, he's in almost every movie. But Tyler and I absolutely love this droid. This droid. Now, I was going to say, I tried not to slip by saying it, but it's okay for me to say it this week.
Yeah,
right?
you can say it now.
I'm the one guessing, so I get to say it. But yes, so great. The comedy, the personality they gave him was just so great. And this line is one of my absolute favorites. When I rewatch the movie, it's one of the ones that make me laugh out loud every time he says it.
It's really fantastic. Alan Tudyk did just an incredible job as this character. But yeah, at first, I was very surprised when you said 90% of people would say C-3PO is their favorite. Like, what? What movie? What movies are you watching, good sir? Some people really like C-3PO. I think most of the Star Wars fans that I talk to are pretty indifferent to C-3PO, and I think that's fair. I just feel like
I think
he's there.
C-3PO is fair.
Yeah, he's there, and that's fine. But he never really except I think we actually talked about this on our trip to Chicago.
We did. I know what you're going to say now. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about how there's really only 2 scenes we could remember that like really made us laugh that C-3PO did. The one is like in A New Hope when they're in the trash compactor and they get it to stop. And then they're like screaming, they're so happy. And C-3PO was like, they're dying, R2.
They're dying, R2. Oh, like,
no. That was a great scene.
That's funny.
Terrific.
Yes.
And then but then the best one is the Pisana one. When they're on Pisana.
It's the Rise of Skywalker. I know. It is.
And it's the Festival of the Ancestors. And he's like, it's known for its colorful kites and delectable sweets. And everyone looks over at him and they're kind of staring. And he like kind of looks behind him. Like, what are they looking at? And like that. But that's about it.
Other than that, C-3PO is pretty much complaining. He's whining.
He's a complainer.
And he's calling people names. Like he calls R2 names all the time. He calls Chewbacca names all the time. And it's like, why don't he's just like a more likable Jar Jar he's more of a mean girl than Jar Jar is. But he's just a droid, so you kind of let it go. And he's got this pair with R2-D2 where it's like they balance themselves out, like the couple that has nothing in common. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so where one person's always very boisterous, and the other person is always very quiet and calm. It's kind of just like,
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of how you berated me last week. I was R2 in that sense. I was resourceful. I was loyal. I was great. And you were just sitting there calling me names the entire time. So think about that. You behaved like C-3PO last week, so you might want to take a look in the mirror and rethink your life choices.
Tyler, I do that every day.
Right.
Well, every Tuesday I wake up and I'm like, ugh. I gotta do the stream with Tyler tonight. And I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I do this?
What a terrible mistake you have made. But now, on that note, Justin, who is this droid?
K2SO! Who is K2SO?
K2SO is the correct answer. Justin, you are 3 for 3. Moving on to question number 4.
I still don't have a K2SO Funko Pop, and I'm going to get one. Sorry.
You need to get one. One of the greatest droids of all time.
Gotta get
This small desert moon was occupied by the Galactic Empire to control its kyber crystal resources that were once used by the Jedi Order as components for their lightsabers.
Okay.
So, we see actually some pretty cool shots, too, while they're on this planet. I really like when you see the big Star Destroyer, like, hovering over, just that intimidation factor of the occupation of the planet. Very, very cool scene.
It definitely is a lot of cool stuff. And then, when the Death Star hits the planet, and the planet's kind of, like, ricocheting and rippling and blowing up and curving over on itself. I actually really like that scene and how they're kind of chasing the basically land tidal wave.
Right.
Really cool character. Again, I'm trying not to spoil the movie, so I'm trying not to go too far in depth on the movie. But
what? Spoil it? Who are you spoiling it for? This is a Star Wars trivia show.
Not the movie. The questions. We have had a tendency in the past, I would say you more than me, to go down the rabbit hole talking about the movie, and then to literally, you've done that 3 times.
It's been twice. It has been twice. So you're right.
No,
I've made this mistake twice as many times as Justin, because I've done it twice and he's done it once.
Because
he makes a mistake last week, and he can't even just own up to it. He has to try to throw me under the bus for previous mistakes.
It wasn't that mistake. It was a different mistake. It's a different mistake.
How was it a different mistake? You did the exact
because
same thing.
it's not giving. No, it's not. It's not giving away the answer to the question at hand. It's taking the question at hand and just kind of talking about the movie and starting to like say characters and names and planets that I'm going to ask about later. What I'm saying is you've done that.
So I've done that, but that's not the issue
that's
at
what I'm
hand
talking
here. Yeah. So what we're talking about.
No, but that's what I was trying to prevent. That's what I was saying. I didn't want to just start saying this scene, and that character. I didn't want to give things away.
I gotcha. Okay. Everybody calm down. Okay. Yep, we're reeling it in. There it is. All right. So, Justin, what is that small desert moon?
I believe it is the moon of Jeddah.
Jeddah is the correct answer. Justin, you are 4 for 4. Moving on to your final question in the Youngling level. So hopefully you feel warmed up because we're about to get very dicey very soon here. Question number 5. Finish the quote. Congratulations. You are being blank.
This is a K2SO quote.
It is a K2SO quote. And also one of my favorite lines from him. This is just fantastic. Right out of the gates, he is just having terrific, perfect lines for the moment. So we can't express how much we love K2SO.
We absolutely love K. I can't believe I haven't just jumped on Whatnot and just bought a K2SO Funko Pop. I actually have a decent amount of Rogue One Funko Pop.
Oh, yeah?
What do I have here? So I have a Jyn Erso. I have a Bodhi Rook, which was like a 2017 convention exclusive. I think Cheer It was an old convention exclusive too. I actually don't remember because, as you know, and many viewers know, as you can see, I take most of the Funko Pops I display on my own shelves out of the box. Yeah. Even as a Funko Pop guy, and so many of our watchers are Funko Pop people, Pops I keep my collection. I keep them out of the shelf. And I know the ones you have.
Got to take them out. You got to play with them. Yeah, I always take them out.
You just got to feel them. Unless it's a really valuable one that I want to have in my collection. Like you can see Grand Admiral Thrawn there behind me. He stays. He'll be staying forever. But yeah, I've been wanting to get a K2SO, and I don't have one. I'd like to have Rogue One. I'd like to get a Blaze Malbus. I'd like to have the members of Rogue One there.
Yeah,
so
I think that would be pretty
I'm almost
cool.
there. I'm almost there.
Yeah. Yep. So what do you think for this very difficult quote?
I believe it's congratulations. You are being rescued.
And Justin, that is a 5 for 5 perfect Youngling round. Well done, buddy. But of course, now we're getting into the Padawan questions. And with you saying you didn't have that in-depth watch through,
I know.
This could be a very ugly. This might be our ugliest round ever if that's the case. Hopefully, you still caught enough.
So I would say that, we talked about the closed caption thing. I have watched it once on closed caption. Okay. Not this week. I think it was the week before. It might have been 2 weeks ago. It might have been like right after I did my last round and I knew Rogue One was my next movie. I think I watched it the next day. And I did. Again, I won't say things just in case things pop up. But I noticed a handful of things on watching it on closed caption where I'm like, wow, great trivia question. Wow, great trivia question. And so some of the things, again, I'm sure I'm not thinking of all of them right now, but like some things I think maybe I could get. But I think this round almost worries me more. This round almost worries me more than the Master or the Jedi Knight round.
All right. Yeah. I mean, looking at it, these are going to be tricky. But before that, just a reminder, we are on Patreon. I always put that banner up by accident. Thank you to all of our Nerd Level 1, 2, and 3 patrons, and of course, our council member, Templar Pops. We love you guys so much. And as you know, if you are a Patreon supporter, we are doing the weekly trivia contest. Templar is still currently in the lead. I do not have the spreadsheet pulled up and ready. Typically I do, so apologies on that. And we have been very busy this week in the last couple of days, so typically I like to drop the quiz the day of our trivia video, but I did not get time to do it today, so that will be released tomorrow. So for all of you out there that are patrons, the weekly Patreon Star Wars quiz will be dropping tomorrow at some point. Yep.
And I'll update the scoreboard on Patreon for those of you who are patrons. So, all right,
there it is.
Moving right
Love
along.
you guys. Thank you all so much.
Yes, appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything.
Here we go.
Boom. Padawan level, Tyler.
Hold on to your butts.
I'm ready. Hold on to your butts. Name
Padawan
that
level
movie, chat. Come on, chat. Name that movie. What's hold on to your butts from?
Question number 1. While we wait for the chat to answer the hold on to your butts.
Ray, you're not allowed
question.
to answer. Ray, you're not allowed to answer.
When 2 stormtroopers asked for Cassian Andor Scandox in this section of the Ring of Kafrene, they were instead given a couple of blaster bolts to the breadbasket.
Okay. Yep. I believe I know this.
Okay. Well, I mean, already this is a tough question.
Okay.
For those casual viewers, this is easily missed.
Oh, I would definitely imagine.
Yep. This is just something like set on the old walkie-talkies between the stormtroopers passing by. Yep.
Yep. So I believe I know the answer to this. Okay.
All right.
So I feel good about this. I think this is one of the things I picked up on because really when you do that close watch with the captions on, seriously, I mean, and I never thought to really do that until you said it. And we still talk about it all the time. And I'm like, it's literally changed how I remember things and how I see things because it's changed my life, Tyler. It's changed my life. Yeah. But it's like, it's so different when, for example, I fold the laundry in our house and I like to fold the laundry because I can like watch Star Wars while I'm folding laundry. So, just folding laundry and watching the movie, you've seen it a bunch of times. You're just kind of watching the movie going, okay, they went here, whatever. But when you are watching it and folding laundry with the captions on, you are basically glued to the caption and you're just like, oh, sector this, whatever this, whatever name that, whatever number this. And then you're like, boom, that's a trivia question. You have to know that. Yeah. So
remember, I can't believe how long it took you to listen to my advice to use the captions. I told you that for like weeks. I'm like,
was it you have to. I'm like, oh, you do that? Okay.
Yeah, and you just wouldn't do it. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's a game changer, my friend. Got to do it. All right, so buddy, what is your answer? What are you feeling?
Okay, I believe this is section 9.
Section 9 is absolutely the correct answer. Well done. All right.
Okay.
1 for 1 in the Padawan level.
I've got 1 in the Padawan
so far.
One in the Padawan. I feel good.
Now, this one is a bit tricky, but you'll have a chance at it. But I don't think you'll just know it. So here we go. Question number 2 in the Padawan level.
Okay.
After becoming suspicious that a rebel sympathizer could be within the scientific ranks, Director Krennic has this many scientists executed on the planet Edu. I told you, I didn't think you would just know this one, but you're going to have a shot at it because you're going to have some sense of how many people were there, and so you'll have at least a shot. But this is tricky. Also, each one of these scientists is highlighted in the visual dictionary.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
Yeah, I did not. I did not have a lot of time to visual dictionary.
And this is a big visual. It's one of the bigger ones. I think this and probably the Rise of Skywalker are like the two biggest.
Oh, you mean in general?
Yeah.
This visual dictionary is very thick compared to most of the others. And the best part about the Rise of Skywalker is that despite being huge, there's not a single page on the Emperor.
I didn't even put that together.
Did you notice that? It talks about kind of the final battle, and then it ends. There's nothing on Palpatine. Nothing about. Isn't that freaking
shocking?
Crazy?
Because it's one of the biggest visual dictionaries. Now, part of that is they have a huge kind of intro section as well that recaps and highlights moments leading up to it, which is unusual for the visual dictionaries. But still, even just the section itself, it's still a very big one. That's shocking to me. But this one, the Rogue One visual dictionary, is probably my favorite. I think it's fantastic. It's huge.
The sleek looking cover, I think. Yeah, the cover is really, really, really cool looking.
Yeah, and just tons of awesome information in this one, but it's a lot. So I remember, however many months ago it was, when it was my turn to do Rogue One, I actually went through the entire visual dictionary, bit by bit, highlighting everything, and it took way too long because it was just such a huge book.
Yeah, there's so much information.
Yeah.
So now Ray says 4.4 times 56, and I'm not sure how to read the bracket number in there. So, but it wouldn't be Ray, of course, without a decimal.
Yeah,
Now,
I think
Templar-
the
Templar
bracket
says
I think is
9.
that's the error in that particular digit. So yeah, but totally reasonable. Templar says 9. Okay.
So just trying to think of the scene. Initially, I was thinking 6 or 7. I don't know why I was thinking he was flanked.
I love having the music on in the background, so that way when you're thinking, I'm jiving.
You're just
grooving.
kind of bobbing. Everybody
You're
at home
thinking,
is bobbing and weaving.
And my shoulders are moving.
Man, I'm not going to hang up on this too long, just because I don't really know. At least not right off the top of my head. This is going to be a random number guess, not too random.
This is me floating in the water.
I want to say that's good. I like that. You're doing really well.
I've been really working on that.
Yeah, well, it's great. You're doing very good, very well.
Thanks.
I want to say this could be anywhere from, I'll say Templar, 5 to 9 or 10. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. I feel like if I don't say 9 and it's 9, Templar's never going to let me live it down.
I mean, that's a fact.
But I just don't think it's that many. 5 and 4, is it really that many?
Well, I mean, you do have some help from Jedi John.
Jedi John putting decimals in his Ray's thing.
I mean, this could very easily have been someone who lost their legs in a previous Star War, and so they're considered.
They're 0.75%.
So they're 3/4 of a person, and so there was kind of 9 people there minus 1/4 of 1. Boom, you got 8.75. I think it's a total reasonable answer. Well done, Jedi John. So is that what you're going to go with? 8.75?
No. Okay. I'm going to...
We're gonna need a final answer here, Just. We're gonna need a final answer. Oh no. Is Ray Jedi John? Have we ever seen Ray and Jedi John in the same place at the same time? Oh my
god.
This is
oh my god.
This is crazy.
Okay. I'm gonna start. Oh. Okay, 8. 8 is my final answer. The only number I haven't said between 5 and 10. 8 is my final answer.
Well, Justin, that is not correct. The correct answer is 5. It is 5 scientists. 5. It is only 5. You said 5 once, but it seemed like you were thinking higher. You were in the 6 to 9 range.
I was really in the 6, 7, 8, 9 range, and I did not think it was that. I thought it could be as few as like 2 and 3. I was like, it wasn't 4. I know it was more than 4. There was like 2 and 3 or 3 and 3 at least. And then, the 9 got me. And then I was thinking maybe it was like 4 and 4. He was kind of flanked. So,
see, this is why this is.
But a good question, because of course it's in movie. It's something you can see, something you can quantify, something that's in the visual dictionary, obviously. It's just not something that's said. So it was something you wouldn't catch, of course, on a caption. Yeah.
And what's
great? It's a great question.
Well, yeah, I thought it was a good one. And what's tricky about it too is when I thought about that as a question and I tried to remember it, I got it wrong as well. So you should feel good about that. But part of it is when I went back and watched.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was higher too. I forget. I thought it was in like the 7 to 9 range. I forget what I said in my head, but I didn't guess 5. I thought it was more than that. But when I rewatched the scene, I kind of realized why. You have a bunch of stormtroopers that are kind of behind him as well. And so when you see the scene, you have the scientist and there's only 5, but you kind of see a bunch of people behind them too. And so, in my mind's eye, I was kind of seeing like, no, I think there was a lot. There might have even been 2 rows or something. But no, it's just the 5 scientists. You could just also see some like soldiers behind them as well, some troopers. So
gotcha.
But, that's a tough question, but I thought it was a good one for Padawan to try to switch it up, get it away from just the numbers and stuff that are said in the rounds,
Yeah, no, great question. I don't feel ashamed missing that one at all. Ray says that he was closest, but Ray, I don't think anyone can decipher what your actual number was.
Yeah, that's going to make it tricky. We'll have Frederick look into that. So next up, Just, is your third question in the Padawan level. Here we go.
Okay.
This was the reward that any citizen of Jeddah would receive if they came forward with information of the location of the missing cargo pilot, Bodhi Rook.
Yeah.
See, now we're back to just the bread and butter. See, I thought it was nice to break it up with kind of a different type of question there with the 5 scientists. Oh, yeah, I got to mark that we did miss one. So that was a Padawan level question. The thing is, that's only 3 points, right? So you're only...
That's only 3. And that's fine. That's fine. And again, this one I caught a couple of weeks ago on my first watch that, where I remember seeing that and going, oh, pause, like... That is a great question. So
I like it. You just see it on that little, the little holo thing for like 2 seconds. They just kind of mention it while everyone's walking by, what you would receive as a reward for this. So I thought this was a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one too. Again, those number ones, not trying to dwell on that question, but those are tough questions. I think those are some of the questions you and I probably missed the most. I think those are the ones that I've probably tripped you up on, like how many of this thing were there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so it makes sense that you gave me one of those back, and I didn't get it.
I think the only time I got one of those right, because those are normally the ones you trip me up on. Like when I miss, it's that kind of question. The number of scientists, the number of times someone did this thing. I just always miss those. I think except the one time was the laser blast to Grievous, which I got right.
Which you got right, and I can't believe you got that right because your thought process was all over the board on that. I know, but you were all over the board from like 1 to like back, and then you ended up getting 5, and I was flabbergasted that you can.
I was happy with. I did recall like slowly but surely that like no, it wasn't more than 1, and then I kind of remembered there was like 2, I forget what I call it, volleys or something, right? 2 times where he kind of seemed to fire differently. And then just guessed 5 and got it right. But then how I was picturing it in my head wasn't actually the way it went down in the scene at all. It was just luck.
Right.
But that was like the only one.
Sounds for like the shots, and I was like, well, that's not exactly what happened, but you got it right anyways.
I got it. So, and those normally get me, so I was happy about that. All right. So, just what would a citizen receive as reward for information on the location of Old Bodhi Rook?
I believe it is 600 credits.
600 credits is the correct answer, and you are back on the wagon with the correct answer. That is 3 points on the board. Moving on to question number 4 in the Padawan level. Here we go. When we first see Jyn Erso as an adult, she's in an Imperial detention center and labor camp in this cell block.
Okay. This one I also believe I know.
Yep. Again, these are kind of the standard
cell block. These are our go-to questions.
Yep.
Which, we have these as Padawan level questions. I think even the Schmodown, these would be stumper questions. These would be very, very difficult questions.
Yep. No doubt
not
about
saying
it.
that those guys in the Schmodown still wouldn't probably beat us. I'd say a lot of them would, but they brought in a lot of new players, and they have that like developmental league.
Oh,
remember you and I watched.
We could clean up on that one.
Yeah, you and I watched a match a few weeks ago. You were over for the weekend. We were drinking, and we found that Schmodown has like a Star Wars, minor league or whatever, which is actually part of the Schmodown network. Yeah. And we watched that, and the 2 players in that round, we were like, what are these guys' deals? How did they get on the show? Like, man, we are ready to go on the show better than these guys. Again, no offense. I mean, but we're just saying wow, if this is what the developmental league is, we're like, geez, we should be in there now. We got to get on there.
Yeah, because like the Schmodown, the main tournaments, they have some guys that are absolute killers. That could absolutely beat us. But in that developmental league, where like that, it's kind of like the minor leagues. A few times we're like, how are they thinking about this question? Like that should just be, they should be answering immediately. But I guess that's why it's the minor leagues, But that was one where, when we were keeping track of our own scores playing with them, we beat like everyone that was there. But that's not always the case when we watch the big Schmodown tournaments. There are plenty of times where we would have lost. Yeah,
we definitely would have lost. And they do ask much more difficult questions in the actual Schmodown like playoffs than they do in, the developmental and the other leagues. But yeah, we get beat now probably by Dimolanta and Damon and Harper, but we're not really throwing shade.
Oh, I am at those jabronis. Know your Star Wars. You're going to go into Star Wars trivia competition.
No. It's all in good fun. It's all
we are
good
just
fun, chaps.
Joking. They're just idiots who should feel bad about themselves. That's all we're saying. That's it.
I don't think that's that
Come
bad.
on.
You're just an idiot. And what are you doing? Why are you on the internet talking about this stuff if you don't know anything about it?
Right. That's all we're saying.
That's all.
And we're saying. and on that, Justin. So what is the cell block that Jyn finds herself in?
4227.
Cell block 4227 is absolutely correct. Yeah, you just no problem with those ones whatsoever. Well done, sir. Another 3 points on the scoreboard.
Now moving on to I'm gonna get the next one wrong.
Let's see. This is a little bit of a different one. I'm not sure if this is going to be if it's too easy or if since it's a weirder question, you might struggle. We'll see.
Okay.
This one is a fill in the blanks. Here we go.
I love those. Okay. I do those for you all the time. I like these. Okay.
Saw Gerrera used to say, one fighter with a sharp blank and nothing left to blank can take the blank.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think in my head messed up the first part.
That's the only thing I felt.
Sharp, this thing with nothing left of this he can carpe diem, he can seize this.
Yeah.
Right?
So I almost made this harder. I almost said it as one fighter with blank and nothing blank can blank. But then, it was
now you're talking about full quotes and like multiple word lines.
So then it would be like three mini quotes as opposed to 3 words, which I thought was a little more fair since this is Padawan, we still have Jedi Knight. So I don't know. I wasn't sure if this made it too easy.
Well, I don't think it's easy by any means.
No,
but I know it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
I know it. Yeah. But no, still not easy. And one I think on the Schmodown we would see. Now Ray, thank goodness, is here.
Yes.
A sharp pencil with nothing left to write can take the pie.
All right, so all the bros in the chat, all you BookBarBros in the chat, give us those 3 things.
Yes, I want
in there.
And if you're watching this on the replay, put it in the regular comments. Your answer to this question. Well, you take this away here. Even if you're watching this on the replay, go down the regular comments and put your answer to this question. Saw Gerrera used to say that one fighter with a sharp blank and nothing left to blank can take the blank.
And if there are good ones in the comments,
maybe we'll send a T-shirt.
On the YouTube video. Yeah, there you go. Maybe we'll send a T-shirt to if they have a really funny combination there that we really like, and then we can read it. We can read it next week. So there we go. So so I think this is a fair question for Padawan. So what are you thinking, Justin? You think you know it here?
Okay. So I believe it is Saw Gerrera used to say that one fighter with a sharp stick and nothing left to lose can take the day.
That is absolutely the correct answer. 3 more points on the board. Justin has only missed 1 question so far. Moving on to the Jedi Knight round. But this is a dreaded round. We will see how it goes.
Now, before we do, just remember affiliate links are down in the description. We have links for collectors, whether it's Funko Pops or any other collectors. Check out our Entertainment Earth description. It's a great way to support the channel with no additional cost to you. And if you're a creator yourself, we have all kinds of creator affiliate links down in the description. Again, just another way to support the channel with no additional cost to you. So everything that we use from our intros and StreamYard and everything, if you're a creator, everything that we put down there are the things that we have used and reviewed and we use still currently. So if you like those, Epidemic Sound, that's what you're hearing music from. We use StreamYard, we use TubeBuddy, we use all those programs. So if you're a creator, go down, check those out as well. That's it for affiliate links, and with that, we're moving right along into the Jedi Knight questions.
I hope you got your thinking caps on, because here it is. Question number 1 in the Jedi Knight round. Justin, are you ready?
Nope.
Okay, here we go anyway.
Here we go.
Known as Kennel, while imprisoned by the Galactic Empire, despite identifying herself to others as Nail, this Blutopian shared a cell with Jyn Erso.
Shoot.
And I think we're gonna lose 6 points here. And you've got no Popsip this week either to try to come in and be your savior.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Oh man. But Ray's here.
Oh, and Pulto.
You know what the irony of this would be is that for the first time in months, Ray would put down the right answer when I needed him, and he'd be the only one to put an answer in the chat, and I would just say something else because Ray's answers are trash. And it would be the time that Ray is right. It'd be the only time ever that Ray put a right answer in the chat.
And who knows, Justin? That might be exactly what's happening here. Or is it Spunk? Could be Spunk?
I don't think so, Templar.
All right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That may have been the result of their stay. There's too much innuendo going on. There's too much innuendo.
Wow, they're just people say, hey, they've got Spunk, right?
Okay.
Totally.
We're a family channel, sort of, but not really.
Whenever
I get to like the point where these are like published, after the live stream, and I have to put on there whether or not they're for children or whether or not they should be like blocked from children, I'm always like, I don't know, man. It's like,
why are you asking me that?
Like, yeah, come on. Why are you asking me to evaluate? It's like,
right.
We don't really curse that much. We curse very sporadically. Typically
we bleep it out. I do real time bleeping.
Big curse outs we bleep right on purpose in real time. Yes, we even have a bleeper ready.
Very skilled.
But occasionally you or I, mostly me, will just kind of do the lesser of the curses, right? Occasionally, geez, I have to be honest. I have nothing. Here we go. My answer is, who was Pulto?
Pulto is absolutely not correct because Ray said it. I don't know what you were thinking there.
I was hoping that for the first time ever, Ray Googled it and put the right answer in the chat.
Into some crazy parallel universe where Ray comes up with the correct answer. You are insane, sir. Of course, that's not correct. The correct answer is Ulin Musters. Of course,
Ulin
Musters is the correct answer. So that is unfortunately -6. But hey, we still have plenty of questions that need to get got. So why don't you go get?
This could be the first round in the 40s.
This could be, I told you, this could be a tough one. We have been really busy. He didn't get that detailed second watch through. This could be tough.
I'm still happy with my performance so far.
Exactly. Okay. There's still plenty of time. You would be fine if you keep getting some questions right. Here we go. Number 2 in the Jedi Knight round. A larger version of the standard all-terrain armored transport, these walkers we see on Scarif were not built for combat, but are a formidable obstacle to the Rogue One team, nonetheless.
Okay, so I know the abbreviation, and I hope that as a boomer, I'm technically a millennial, but I'm like an old millennial. I'm basically a first generation millennial.
Right.
That the abbreviation will suffice. And if that will suffice...
if you were perfect at this point, I would say no, but absolutely, I'll accept the abbreviation.
Okay. Well, I'm going to speed this. I'm going to speed it up a little. I'm just going to answer this one. Again, like you typically do whenever you get one wrong, you want to get that taste out of your mouth.
Yep.
I believe it's an ACT. AT-ACT.
Absolutely. That stands for All-Terrain Armored Cargo Transport. So the C is cargo.
Okay.
And there it is. So that's 6 points on the board. Well done, Justin. And I know this next one is tough, but you might have a chance at it. Let's see.
I might. Come on.
Name the following Star Destroyers. The flagship of Grand Moff Tarkin, the flagship of Darth Vader, and the Star Destroyer we see hovering over Jeddah.
I assume this is a 2-point per.
2-point per.
Okay, I believe Tarkin's flagship is the Executrix.
That is absolutely correct. 2 points.
I believe Vader's flagship is the Devastator.
The Devastator is correct. 2 points. And that beautiful Star Destroyer just hovering over Jeddah. We spoke about it earlier. Ominous, intimidating, boner-inducing Star Destroyer.
You were foreshadowing this question.
I was. A little foreshadowing for everybody. That's how we do it. It's always layers upon layers, games within games. That's how we do it here at B Cubed. Just, I think, coined by Brian last week.
B Cubed. Even though it's not technically right, is it? But
no. Well, you know, what does it mean for a letter to be cubed? I guess. What are your?
A fair point. Well, it's the letter. It's the letter times the letter times the letter times the letter, right?
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I guess you'd have to give me your fundamental axioms for multiplication of letters, and then I'd have a better idea if it's right or not.
Did you hear that? That's the sound of everyone clicking off. Everyone in the chat, put in your fundamental axioms for what BBQ
for letter multiplication.
For letter multiplication.
Maybe I'll pull up my
whiteboard. Tyler's going to solve it live on the air next.
I will work it out.
Oh, then we need to get Daryl Eves in for a consultation and be like, what's up with our YouTube channel? He's going to be like, well, no one cares about the fundamental axiom of letters. No one just cares about that.
You're right. It's not
especially
a thing.
Star Wars fans. They don't care about
All right.
That.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's our niche.
That's our niche. Our viewing base would be like 4 people total in the world. So shoot.
Okay, shoot is not correct. Is that your final answer? Don't have it, huh? I thought you might get this one.
No, wait.
Either way, you have 4 points, so this would only lose you 2. I mean, that would be fine.
Just trying to think of what other Star Destroyer in future movies it could logically be to see if I can put an educated guess on this. And you just entertain the people while I'm thinking. There you go. Shoulder. Yes. Pulp Fiction. I'm not sure what that is. No one likes that. No one likes it.
What do you mean nobody likes that?
Everyone likes it. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
Keep going. Oh, we lost the song. We're moving on to a different song, apparently.
Interesting.
Let me check the chat here. Is Pop Sith here yet?
I don't think Pop Sith can make it today. I think we got no Pop Sith today.
Okay. I pass. I don't
pass. It is the Dauntless. The Dauntless. Yeah, so that is going to be.
I should have just guessed the Fulminatrix or something else, but I was just like, it's just gonna be a name, you know. It's
that's all right. I mean, you still got 2 of them. You knew the flagship of Tarkin and Vader, so that's still 4 points on the board for you. So I mean, that's totally okay. You are still in a fine position. Moving on to question number 4 in the Jedi Knight round. We can essentially just skip this question because you're not going to get it. This one is very hard. So I'm sorry for this one. Here you go, Justin. Question number 4. This model of heavy repeating cannon had the firepower of 5 laser rifles in 1, was often mounted on vehicles, and was the personal weapon of Blaze Malbus.
Okay.
I give it to you if you don't give me the full model, but kind of like the quoted name of the model, which if you're familiar with it, you'll know what I mean.
Staccato Lightning?
I will give you Staccato Lightning. I will give it to you. That is 6 points on the board.
It. Oh, I'll take it. Yes.
I'm trying to be generous. The full answer is the
Wait, hold on. Wait. Stop. I was going to say, I want to try this. Because
you actually know it?
Well, no. But I was going to say, I was going to say, try to remember this because I've seen it before, and it's a very famous, specific weapon.
Yes.
And I always think like Mountain West Conference, MW, and then it's something like, and this might not be anywhere close to right or whatever, but it's something like 3-5C or 5-C3 or 35C, or I mean, am I close?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you essentially have it. It is the MWC-35C staccato lightning repeating cannon.
So I didn't get it exactly right, but I knew it was something like that because I remember Mountain West Conference and then
Oh, I'm
staccato
impressed.
lightning.
I know I've tried to study the blasters quite a bit, but that was something I know you've mentioned a few times that like you've neglected, and so I thought this one was a fair one because, like you just said, it's such an iconic one. It really
and he uses it many times in the movie to like blow people away. It's his when you think Blaze Malbus, the only thing you think of is his gun. That's his gun.
Exactly. His blaster. So wow, but that's a hard one, and you got the full thing. So well done.
I will
Justin.
take
That's
sympathy
6
credit
points.
on that for the name because at first I was gonna say, "Can I give you the name of the weapon?" But then you said you'd give it to me, and I was like, "Yes."
I'm in a generous mood.
Lightning.
I'm in a generous mood, and so there you go. That's 6
I
more
think
points.
I displayed that I have a general idea of what I thought the model was.
I think so too. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to question number 5 in the Jedi Knight round. Here we go, Justin, and it's a fun one. Whose insignia is it anyway? Your favorite. And here we go. Kablam! There it is. Whose insignia is it anyway? So, Justin, the situation for whose insignia is it anyway, for those that aren't familiar with this game, is so just a little background. The Alliance inherited the Alderaanian standard of 5 pips arranged on a brush metal backing to denote rank. Justin, your mission, if you choose to accept it, even though you don't have a choice, is to identify the corresponding rank for each pip arrangement. You get 1 point per correct answer. Go.
Wow. I am going to need you to repeat that.
So these denote the ranks of all of the different people within the Rebel Alliance. And you need to tell me what rank they correspond to.
Oh my god.
This is a wee bit tricky, but there should be. You should have a shot at 1 point here, no matter what. I think 1 point should absolutely be yours for the taking.
This is for the Rebel Alliance. Rebel Alliance.
And no Templar, this is not Yahtzee. I
sure
see
looks
how
like
you can
Yahtzee.
be confused.
It sure looks like
because it really looks like Yahtzee, but no. This is the Rebel Alliance insignia. What do we have? Is Justin going to miss every point here?
So do you want me to say like the one on the bottom is for a lieutenant? Is that what you want me to say?
Exactly.
Okay. Lieutenant 1.
Lieutenant is 1. That is 1 point.
I literally thought I was going to strike out. I literally thought I was going to strike out.
Okay. All right. That's 1.
Okay. Well, now. Okay. 2, I will say captain.
Wow. 2 is captain. You are 2 for 2.
No, it's not. Is it really?
It is captain.
Okay.
I actually can't believe that. And this is not the order I would have thought you would have started in. So you are in good shape now. You are in good shape. All right. Keep going.
You get Captain Cassian Andor. So I'm going to say that. So I'm going to go with like the 4, the second from the top.
Okay. Second from the top. Okay.
I'm going to say that that's Admiral.
That is incorrect. That is not Admiral.
Is the third one of the 3 is Admiral?
I cannot give you that information.
The 3 on the top is Admiral.
The 3, the
top
ones.
3.
So
With the 1 on top and 2 on bottom.
Oh, okay. And you think that's Admiral?
Yes.
That's incorrect.
The one below that is Admiral.
That is incorrect.
The top one is Admiral.
That is incorrect.
So there's no Admiral. Admiral Akbar? Like, I mean, what Admiral? Like, what's happening?
Nope. So that is incorrect, Justin. The top one is a general. A general. That's actually why I thought you'd get that one, because if you remember, all the generals always have the 5 pips on there. The next one below that, so if we're starting from the top, it's General, Colonel, Commander, Major, and then it's Captain and Lieutenant. But you got 2 points. Honestly, the way you were talking about that, I didn't think you were going to any. And I can't believe you got Lieutenant Captain. I mean, I was
kind of trying to go from the bottom up, but then again, what about like Admiral Akbar and all the admirals?
Yeah, different because that's the Navy. I believe these are like Army ones.
Oh, so okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Admiral Radis, what about all these? Where is Admiral?
Yeah, and I think the only difference though is that like it's blue. Like there are also blue ones, but these are the red ones. So you should know that. And the reason I use this particular one too, this is highlighted in the visual dictionary as well. These pips denoting the rank of each one. But this is hard. I left this as my final Jedi Knight question for a reason. Right.
Well, I guess all things considered, I'll take the fact that I got 2 points on that. But yeah, I know you said Templar said Yahtzee. Ray says Uno. I mean, really, it's basically a Yahtzee with an extra die. Well, not an extra die. There's just 2 3s instead of a 6.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and I should have gone with Unboxing Treasures, and the 5 dot is the Grand Poobah.
The Grand Poobah, and I would have given you a half point for such an answer. So that's really too bad. You should have listened to Unboxing Treasure there. So there it is, Just. That was the Jedi Knight round, and now we move on to your final Jedi Master question. But first, it is last call.
It is, in fact, last call. Cheers to you, Tyler. Cheers to all of you guys at home. Thank you so much for watching. Whether it's live or on the replay, we appreciate it. Cheers to you. Pick up your drink, whatever it is you're drinking, and let's slam a little bit before we tackle this last question.
Let's do this, BookBarBros.
I can do better.
All right.
Slam
so
it.
I think this is a fun one. This final question.
Okay.
I really like this one, and yep. Cheers to all you guys. Cheers so much.
Yes. Cheers.
We got a burp, hiccup. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much for being here. We love you guys so much. And so now here it is, just your final question, your Jedi Master question. It is a multi-part question, 11 points up for grabs. And I like this one. I think this is a fun one. And I think you're going to do actually very well. I think it'll be hard to get all of the points, but I think it's fairly easy for you to get most of them, if that makes sense. So here we go. Jedi Master question.
We'll see.
I bet you'll agree once you hear the question. Here we go.
Okay.
Name the 8 planets featured in Rogue One and the first named character we see speak on each planet. So I think this is a very fair question because the first part is asking you to name all the planets. So I feel like you're going to be dangerous here and you'll be able to get a lot of points. And then I'm asking you to name the first named character we see speak on each one of these planets. Now, some of these are obviously very difficult, but some you could have some very reasonable guesses at and get some points here.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm hoping. So I don't have to give the planets in order. I just have to give the planets and whoever talks first. Okay.
Yep. Okay. And I will have my papers ready so I can track you here. And I also, I wrote down the line, too, that they say, just for fun so that we have it. All right, so what is he starting with?
All right, I'll start with Lamu.
Lamu is absolutely a planet. There's 1 point. And God, no, that is incorrect.
Jyn Erso.
That is incorrect. It is Jyn Erso. But see, again, this is why I told you, like, you'd have an educated guess. You know it has to be Jyn or Galen or Lyra or Krennic. You know, it's like you really have a 1 in 4 shot. But
I know
was
it's
Jyn.
not Krennic because I mean they're talking.
Yeah,
you know,
before he even shows up.
Galen and Jyn and Lyra and Jyn are all talking, and I was trying to think of who says the first line.
Jyn
says, I was thinking.
She says, "Mama."
Oh, damn it! Oh,
all right.
Shoot.
It's all right. You got 1 point.
Okay. Can I ask clarification?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Jedda's a moon, so no Jeddah.
I should have rephrased the question. Jeddah is absolutely included in this. You can use Jeddah.
It is. Okay.
Yep. I should have corrected that. So you get a point for Jeddah.
Okay.
Can you tell me who spoke first? Yeah, I should have said, like, name the 8 celestial bodies instead of planets or something. That's my bad. And Templar and a pour for the Pop Sith. Absolutely. And here we go. But I got to do it off screen. And there it is. I'm pouring the beer. Miss you, Pop Sith. All right.
So, okay, go back. First person to speak on Jeddah.
First person to speak. And when I say named character, I just mean in canon. So obviously it could be main character in the movie. It could be anyone named in canon. So keep that in mind for all the planets, all the celestial bodies. As it were.
Again, these one-offs, these are tough questions on the one-offs because these are not the movies we've been watching for 20 years. So,
yep.
Bodhi Rook.
Bodhi Rook is correct. There it is. All right.
Okay. I'll take that one. Okay.
All right. So that's 3 points now. Okay. Next celestial body. I think the rest.
Okay. So again, I'm asking for clarification again. The Ring of Kafrene is a colony on an asteroid. Are we counting that?
This is why I should have said celestial body instead of.
So then I will say the Ring of Kafrene.
The Ring of Kafrene is absolutely correct. That is 4 points.
And now I feel like this is one of 2 people, and I feel like I'm going to give the wrong one, but I'm just going to say Cassian Andor.
It's Tivik.
Damn it! I was just going to say, is it Tivik or Andor who talks first?
Tivik. So Tivik
that was probably meant to be a tough one. Oh,
Tivik says, "I was about to leave when he sees Cassian come up." Oh, and Bodhi Rook.
These are fantastic questions. So
I know this is a great question. I really like this.
Okay.
But we didn't say on Jeddah, Bodhi Rook, the first line is that him? Because he's obviously looking for Saw Gerrera. And so that's the first thing we hear.
And so initially I was kind of sitting there going, okay, is it Saw? Is it, when Cassian and, in K2SO and Jyn land? And I went, no. Bodhi was there. Bodhi got there. That's right. He interacted. And so I was like, it makes the most sense. It was Bodhi.
Yeah, that was a good pull.
Okay. Oh, this one's gonna make me mad too. I gotta think of the scene.
So you have 4 points so far.
Oh, this one's gonna piss me off because I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong. Mustafar. Okay, that is a point. It's one of two people, and I can't remember who addresses who first. And I feel like whichever one I say, you're going to be like, no, the other one, remember?
No. The Cassian Tivik one, that's tough. Those are tough to swallow.
It's the same thing. I was like, maybe this is meant to be a really difficult one, or it is a difficult one, because I was like, it's Cassian or it's Tivik. And I'm like, I'll just assume it's Cassian. And I forgot about that. God.
Yep.
I'm going to say Krennic speaks first.
That is incorrect, and it is not Vader either. This is one of the hard ones. It's Vinay, an attendant who works for Darth Vader. First line uttered, My lord, Director Krennic has arrived. Vinay is a named canon character.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. That's some seriousness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this question. I was really happy when I thought about this and going through it. I think this is a fun one.
Great question. Okay. So yeah, I was sitting there going, does Krennic say Lord Vader? Or does Vader say Director Krennic? I was like, who says what first? I can't remember.
Well, that's why this is so perfect. Because the Ring of Kafrene one, you think it's between two, and it really is. It's one of those two. And Mustafar, you think it's between two, but nope. There is a named canon character who speaks first and essentially alerts Vader that Krennic is there.
Okay. So what have I said so far?
You have said Lamu, Ring of Kafrene, Jeddah, and Mustafar.
Okay.
You have a total of 5 points. 5 points because you also got that Bodhi Rook was the first to speak on Jeddah.
Okay. Edu
is absolutely correct. It is 6 points.
And again, I'm just going to say Jyn Erso.
And the correct answer is Shirat Imwe. And he says, whispering to himself while he is nervous on their ship, I am one with the Force is with me.
Now, are they on Edu?
They are. They have arrived on Edu. It has shown up on the screen. I did my due diligence here.
They're not shown up on this. They're on Edu.
They're not through hyperspace and traveling. They are now in atmosphere on Edu. And so the turbulence has started. And this is why he's whispering to himself, I'm one with the Force is with me. Because, he's like, they're in some stuff now. It's turbulent. And so he is the first person you hear speak when we get to Edu.
Okay. Scarif.
That is another point. That is 7 points. Who is the first to speak?
I have no idea. Oh, I gotta think. When was the first time we see them there? On Scarif. I assume we're not talking about any ship outside of the Scarif shield, right?
I cannot tell you. It's when we first arrive within Scarif's vicinity. Same with the Edu thing. If the first time where actually someone could be considered to be at Edu, like when they arrived in the atmosphere, that is absolutely fair game. Sometimes is Bodhi Rook, and he says,
Bodhi Rook again.
He says, okay, we're coming in.
Says, okay, we're coming in.
They're going
and they're
in. Yep. Again,
and Krennic has not been on Scarif and has not talked before that. Okay.
Not that I see. Again, we could take this up. I could have made a mistake. We could take it up with Frederick beforehand, but I will say
I was trying to remember in the timeline of events, as well as I can't put this together like we can A New Hope, right? Or even the Empire, or like the Phantom Menace, the prequels. We can place every scene one after the other.
Yeah,
these ones are a little more difficult.
Yep, I'm
just trying to remember the chain of events of when does Krennic get on Scarif? Is he there when they arrive, or does he arrive after? I can't remember. Again, boy, could I have used one more close watch in the last 2 days. Yeah. I really think that would have helped a question like this. I really do.
But you got to remember, because there's really 16 possible answers, you don't have to, if you get all 8 planets, you get 8 points out of 11. That's another reason why I thought this was very fair. But
so I'm getting a point. Okay.
You're getting a point per. That's why I said, and see, now I feel like you'll agree. Just like I said, this is a tough question to get all of the points, but I figured you would get most of them because you're going to get the planets, I would assume. And then I figured you could maybe pick up a few of the first characters, but almost certainly not all, which is what's happening so far. So you're missing 2 planets.
So now, okay, I need more clarification.
Or,
Let me read this.
2 celestial bodies.
Name the celestial bodies, or the, we could even just say settings.
Yeah.
Featured in Rogue One. Now you say featured again. So I'm going to ask a question here. I think, from what I recall, that Jyn has a vision of Coruscant.
Oh, yeah, I didn't include that. No.
Okay.
But you are correct. There is a vision because they're seeing Galen and stuff like that, talking with Krennic on Coruscant. But yeah, I guess I wouldn't consider that featured. Right? It's.
But that's what I was saying. It's like it is in the movie. Characters are there.
Yes.
She sees that. It's just not in real time. Right. It's a vision.
Yep.
So okay. Okay. So how many locations do I have? What am I missing for locations?
You're just missing 2.
Missing 2 locations.
And if you can't come up with the locations, I will give them to you and then give you a chance to name the character.
All right.
For a point.
So I have said Lamu, and I have said oh, what's that one? It's shoot. I know what it is. Give me a second.
All right, it's not shoot.
No, but it's called. Okay. Yavin 4. Yavin 4.
Okay, I was about to say if you don't get this one.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yavin 4.
Now you have 8 points. Who is the first to speak on Yavin 4?
Oh my goodness! I think it's that one. I think it's the officer who interrogates Jyn.
I'm going to need a more specific answer.
Is his name Nettie?
I'm a stickler.
Nettie?
I am a stickler.
Is
that your final answer?
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a Nettie in the entire Star Wars universe. It's General Draven. General Draven.
That's who I was thinking of.
I figured that was because you said who interrogated Jyn.
That's exactly.
And you said Nettie.
I don't know why. Why did that pop in my head? But Draven, I even asked you a question from General Draven. Oh my God! Before,
so
that's right.
Yeah, it was Draven, and he said you are currently calling yourself Lyanna Hellick.
Yes, I was gonna say he starts questioning her, and I was like, I think that's the first thing that they say.
Yep. So final setting.
I knew who it was, and I mixed his name up.
Yep.
With another very credible name that's clearly in Star Wars.
So you have 8 points thus far.
Damn it.
So you were, and this is what I was figuring. I figured you would probably get at least 8 because I figured at least the planets, but instead you've so far gotten 7 planets and named one of the characters.
Yeah, and the other one is God, this is gonna tick me off. I always forget this one. It's like I don't even want to start to say it because I want to try to see if I can think of it. It's like
oh, man.
It's like
oh man. He is struggling with this one here. Do you need me to give it to you?
Oh.
Okay. Deep breaths. We got this. Everyone just hold hands. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. I mean, we're already at 125.
This is going to tick me off. This is really going to tick me off. It's a W. Doesn't it start with W?
It does start with W.
It's like
starts with W.
Oh,
that doesn't sound right. But I can't say for sure. Mum's the word. Lips are sealed.
What? It's like God, this is gonna take me. It's like Wimbo or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, final answer.
Sure.
Wobani.
Wobani.
Wobani is the correct answer. And Justin, do you want to take a guess at who speaks first? And he's dead. And he's coming back. And there he is. You want to take a shot at who spoke first?
Not really. Krennic. I don't know.
Sergeant Melshi.
jeez.
And he says, Halleck! While they're trying to break her out. And so there it is, Justin. So you got 8 points. So let's see. Let's look at your final total here.
Okay, so 8 out of 11. I'll take that. Well, I mean, technically 8 out of 16, but yeah,
Let's
okay.
see here. So racking up your final total. Justin, you have a total of 48 points on the round. That is your final total.
I knew it was going to be the first round of the 40s. I could just sense it.
I mean, like we said, we were busy. We were out of town. The sun was in your eyes. It was uphill both ways.
That's
so
true.
All kinds of issues there. Still a great round. And remember, I mean, even though you were busy, didn't have time to get through the movies, the questions didn't get any easier. So it's just tough.
No, they didn't. They were difficult questions. I would even go back and, say like from question number 1 right there. Not to choke on these, like, no, that's not an easy question.
Yeah.
Then you kind of go through and, like I got the credits question. I got the cell block question.
Yes, you did.
I think I did pretty good for Rogue One, all things considered, like you said.
I thought you did great. And that final, I thought that final question was fun. I knew that naming the character would be hard, but I like that if you named the planets, you were going to get most of them. So I was like, that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
if you get 8 points in a final round, like you're going to be happy with that any day of the week.
Yeah, it's like name a few other, name a few of the people that spoke first, and you get the full credit. So
exactly.
So yeah, it was there. It was there. Even though it's a lower round for us, I think 48 out of 66. I still feel like I did pretty well. Again, all things considered. So here we are, moving right along. Again, we try to keep these things under 90 minutes, under an hour and 30 minutes, and. Ray said he would take away 25 points, which seems fair. Thanks, Ray.
And he has the power to do that. That sucks.
And unfortunately, we granted him that power, which is so stupid.
We should have done that.
That's
our fault.
23. Yeah, 23. Yeah. That's our fault, definitely. So.
Still, it's okay. I mean, you got above 20, just. That's a fine round. So there it is. So now it is. It's time for the old sign off.
It is. It's time for Tyler's signature sign-off. For those of you that are not familiar, Tyler sends us off each week. And in fact, people who don't even like Star Wars tune into these things and they watch them on replay just for Tyler's signature sign-off. And I'm very interested to hear what Tyler has in store for us tonight. Although, just real quick again, before you do, I'm just going to say, I know I didn't get a perfect round, but it's only because all weekend long, I was chatting online with hot babes. So,
lies, deceptions. Justin, you are not telling the truth, and so it's time for you to face the Boar Gullet.
No.
Oh, Justin, the Boar Gullet can feel your thoughts. No lie is safe. The Boar Gullet will know the truth. And the unfortunate side effect is that one tends to lose one's mind. Release him. Oh, and Justin is now in a stupor, having faced the Boar Gullet. And it may look like his mind is lost, but let's see if we can bring him back. Justin, are you there? Are you with us?
Huh?
Justin, can you hear me? Do you remember anything about what just happened? Justin, your name is Justin, Justin. You're one of the BookBarBros, the founder of the greatest Star Wars trivia show of all time. Do you remember anything now?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm BookBar Justin. That's right.
Yeah,
I forget the Boar Gullet really has no consequences.
Yeah, there's really no consequences at all.
So you reminded me of who I am, and now we're good.
Yeah, so I didn't really do anything to you, I guess, at the end of the day. But
oh, okay. Well, great.
That's our show.
Okay. Good night, everybody.